Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. One of the things it's always interesting to do as an investor is look at what other big investors are doing with their money. So what are famous investors like Warren Buffett buying or selling? That's actually what I want to cover today, is the shocking amount of money that Buffett has invested in Apple and what he's selling right now. Because I think this really tells us a lot about how he's thinking about the market and where there is value in the stock market right now. My name is Travis William. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content and check out my newsletter, Asymmetric Investing, in the link below. I'll put that in the show notes. And I want to start with information from Berkshire Hathaway's 13F filing. This is a filing that they have to make public every quarter to tell investors exactly what they're buying and selling. For a company like Berkshire Hathaway that doesn't do a lot of trading, this can really be helpful in telling us about what Warren Buffett and his investing team thinks about a lot of different investments over time. The crazy thing is that 46% of the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio right now is in Apple stock. $151 billion of Apple stock. And they started acquiring this stake in Q1 2016. So this is a stake that they've had for about 7 years now. Buffett is not known as a technology investor. So he was clearly not investing in Apple in the 2000s or even the early 2010s. But once Apple got to the point where he could see the moat and the financial power, the pricing power that Apple had in the market. And remember, back in 2016, Apple was actually trading at a far lower price to earnings multiple, especially when you included its cash on the balance sheet. So Buffett saw that as an opportunity, loaded up on the stock, and that's now a massive, massive position in the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. Interesting that they're selling a couple of other stocks. Chevron is one. The stake has dropped 18%. Activision Blizzard was probably an arbitrage play from their acquisition by Microsoft, but that is down 6%. GM was down 20%. So these are some big names that Berkshire Hathaway is starting to take off the table. You'll also notice that bank stocks, at least the big bank stocks, were increased a little bit. Bank of America, no change at American Express. But if you go down a little further here, you have a new position of nearly $1 billion in Capital One. So it owns about 2% of that company. Not a big chunk of the portfolio, but that's where we're sitting with Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio. Just fascinating that Buffett, somebody who is not a tech investor, owns such a massive stake in Apple alongside big banks, big energy companies, Coca-Cola. This is usually the kind of investments that he's making, but clearly saw something different with Apple. Buffett does periodically take profit in some of these positions, but he's actually adding to Apple, added 20 million shares in the most recent quarter. He's also talked about the fact that Apple is buying back stock and paying dividends. So he's getting paid to own this position. And over time, he continues to own a bigger and bigger position in Apple, or a percentage of the company, as the company buys back stock. So this is exactly what Buffett wants to see. And until that thesis is broken, I don't really see any reason that he would be selling the stock. It may be a massive position in his portfolio, but unless he's really worried about the valuation, Apple is going to be a company that's going to be printing money for the foreseeable future and will continue to return cash to shareholders as a result. This is a classic example of a buy and hold investment that Buffett is probably going to be willing to just hold for decades. And the wild thing is that it's already almost 50% of his portfolio. What do you think of Buffett's portfolio? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.